Hello, my fellow musers, friends, and guests. Welcome to the Musing Show. I'm your host, Tanya D, and as always, thanks for joining me. I want to muse about aging in this vlog and what's all the fuss about. So most people accept that deterioration of health is this unavoidable part of aging, but this has been proven untrue by people who live in what's called the blue zones, like Ecuador or the Lapps of Finland, who live much longer than the average. Rather than really accepting decline, they focus on positive building habits instead. So here's tip number one for looking and feeling younger longer: maintaining good posture. So don't live by the fallacies of aging. Engage in these keys for living a more youthful life right now. So as we advance in years, we're faced with a set of physical, mental, emotional, even spiritual challenges that are quite different from those we encountered in our youth. So it's unfortunately accepted by most people that deterioration of health is an unavoidable part of aging. So this belief has been proven largely untrue by people like Dan Buetter. He's a National Geographic fellow and a New York Times bestselling author who coined the phrase blue zone to describe areas of the world where people live much longer than the average. And the blue zone first appeared in his November 2005 National Geographic magazine, a cover story called The Secrets of a Long Life. So if we don't live in a blue zone, there are still a number of key areas in our lives that we can consciously address, not just from time to time, but every day, in order to ensure a wonderful quality of life that can have us running circles around younger people. So there are several keys for thriving with a wonderful quality of life as we advance in years and time and space. And today I'm focusing on the first key, a set of interrelated conditions like posture, strength, flexibility, agility, stability, just to name a few. So an erect posture makes us not only look beautiful, but feel beautiful and confident in our bodies, in our skin. Unfortunately, many older people, their postures have become compromised over space and time. The reasons for posture degeneration as we advance in life: osteoporosis is the loss of bone mass, and osteomalacia is the softening of the bones. Those are the two major contributors. Where spinal surgery might cause curvature of the spine or some kind of imbalance, but as we get older, our bones might lose some of their minerals and become less dense, to condition called osteopenia in the early stages, and then osteoporosis in the later stages. And in older adults, often we lose height because of this osteoporosis when our bones become weak and fractured, resulting in loss of height. Older adults also lose lean muscle mass while gaining fat. It's a condition called sarcopenia, causing weakness and frailty and a decrease in height. So you can help prevent height and stature loss by following a healthy diet, staying physically active, and preventing and treating bone loss. So dietary intake is an important modifiable factor for bone health. Inadequate intake of nutrients important to bone increases the risk for bone loss and subsequent osteoporosis. So the process of bone formation requires an adequate and constant supply of nutrients such as calcium, protein, magnesium, phosphorus, vitamin D, potassium, and fluoride, believe it or not. However, there are several other vitamins and minerals needed for metabolic processes related to bones, including manganese, copper, boron, iron, zinc, vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin C, and the vitamin B, all of the B vitamins. That came from Christina Palacios in The Role of Nutrients in Bone Health from A to Z. So women, more than men, tend to experience what is commonly called this hunchback or age-related postural hyperkinosis. But it impairs the mobility and increases the risk of falls along with fractures. And all the exact causes of the hyperkyphosis are not exactly established, but experts believe it generally develops from either muscle weakness and degenerative disc disease, which causes the vertebrae fractures and worsens this hyperkyphosis. Hyperkyphosis. Yeah, I got it. Or the vertebrae fractures that occur first in the spine and then they participate in the development of this hunchback. So as soon as we become aware that our posture is not what it should be, no matter what age we are, we should create a program for ourselves to mitigate or reverse this poor posture. Along with a diet rich in dark leafy greens to enrich our bone density and health, we should include a weight-resistant program and a regimen for stretching exercises like yoga. Both of these will not only strengthen our musculature, but also nourish our skeletal system as well. So a good set of consistently practicing core strengthening exercises must be found. It needs to be the foundation of any of our exercise programs. It's a strong core that holds the body up, not the bones of the spine. So a six-pack or abs is not the goal, even though it will probably happen over time. What we are really after is developing the abdominals underneath the surface, the abdominals, transverse abdominals, the inner core. So often just the act of getting into the gym and working out consistently will improve our self-image so much that our posture naturally rises on its own. In addition, directing our awareness to our chest area and imagining a string pulling at our heart center upward can assist us to be more vigilant with and consciously correcting our postures, just being aware. So weight resistance training is also very grounding, causing us to feel like we're in our bodies fully. So this palpable feeling leads to greater agility and stability. And we will fall less, if at all, and seriously reduce, if not nearly eliminate, our risk of bone fractures from falling. And the more flexible the spine is, the greater our health tends to be. So weight bearing and resistance programs should include flexibility exercises for the spine specifically and flexibility in many other areas of the body generally. So many gyms offer equipment to help us improve the spinal flexibility and the strength. So blending a sensible yoga or stretching practice with weight resistant workouts will synergistically create the heightened level of flexibility that we're all looking for. So in the next vlog, I'll focus on the concepts of leanness as we age and how to achieve it and why. And go ahead and check out the end notes to further on ideas to maintain good posture as well. So if you follow me on any of the social media platforms, I have little images with streams. On Facebook, I am What's Up Tanya D. On Instagram, I'm at the Tanya D. On Twitter, I'm at Green Skinny Girl. And on YouTube, it's Tanya D again. And if you do watch on YouTube and haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And on iTunes, subscribe to my podcast at Musing with Tanya D. Season 1 was all about the elements. And Season 2 has been all about, actually I take that back. Season 2 is all about the elements, and Season 3 is all about the energy body, which I'm going to continue. You can also visit me at club.tanyad.tv for my online courses in my corridor of well-being and healing, and just tanyad.tv for everything else from my online store full of energy-based products and concepts, from essential oils, chakras, skin and body care, nutrition, and so much more. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me.